there's a couple of things that you have to be able to do. And one of them is you've got to be able to make shots. When your two best three-point shooters don't make the open three, it really strains your offense to try to figure out ways to score. And then the second thing is we by missing a lot of shots, the only way to counter that is to offensive rebound very, very well. And what they did is they packed in a zone around us, gave us the outside shot, and when we missed, they had 4 or 5 guys on the defensive backboard, so they out-rebounded us as well. And then at the other end of the floor, they have a team that's a very, very good three-point shooting team, and they ended up only going 1 for 11. If you told me that before the game, I would have said we're going to win. But unfortunately, they were able to get inside our defense and get layups against us, which basically means we had an awful game. We were not able to defend them and stop them the way we wanted to. We were not able to score against them the way we had planned.
That points in the rank disparity, I mean, the 40 to 14. I mean, when you talk about that, is it just the defense interior, or you look at they penetrate too much from the perimeter?
It's everything. You know, they did a lot of ball screening. Every time they screened, we did not stop the ball.
Yeah, one of their guys specifically I saw quoted that said that the big men were very slow on the screens, and that was one of the main reasons they beat you. That's what he felt. So why? These guys are seniors. There's 6 seniors on the team. We beat Duke last year with basically these same guys. What's going on in their heads? I mean, why? Does it make any sense to you?
No. The term I would use is a sense of urgency. We don't seem to have a sense of urgency about anything.
Does it have to come from
very laid back group?
Does that have to come from the players? Like you said, they're laid back. I mean, is there anything you as a coach can do, or it really has to come from them? They have to want it, you know, as much as you do.
No. I think the players, they want it. It's not a matter of wanting. There are 4 levels of commitment: the physical, the mental, emotional, and spiritual. And we haven't been able to get 100% commitment in any of those categories. We need more energy in practice. We need to have a greater sense of urgency in practice to do it right. And some of it may be complacency. We don't have a lot of guys, don't have a lot of depth, and the guys who are playing know they're going to play, and they don't feel that competitive nature in practice. You know, when you're going against a couple of walk-ons, and like today, well, yesterday when we suited up for practice, Kenny Kaji was not there. He had to go for x-rays for his wrist. Reggie Johnson did not work out because he's got an injury, I think, to his tailbone. Shane Larkin sprained an ankle during the game, so he was hobbled. So that's 3/5 of your starting lineup, so they can't really do anything. So practice yesterday was just a walkthrough. You can't even practice the things you need to get better at when you're Rafael Akabajuri has been out for 2 weeks with a concussion. Garius Adams, a senior, has been out for the season. So even though it seems like we're a veteran team, we've got a lot of guys who are out and on a regular basis. Bishop Daniels has only been back with us for a week. He started last week. So we've been very, very short-handed, and it shows. And we are trying to figure out how to generate the energy, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
So with Garius, is he out for the season, or you're saying he's been out for the season so far?
Well, he's been out for the season
Okay.
so far.
You didn't mean he's out for the season. You didn't mean he's going to be out, right, for the whole season?
Well, that I don't
Okay.
know.
And those other guys, will they be back for tomorrow night, do you think? All of them? Kenny?
I don't know.
Are any of them to the point where they might not? Any of Kenny or Reggie?
Well, Reggie texted one of my coaches saying he wouldn't be able to practice today.
Are
Did he get
there,
injured in a game?
Yeah, he fell a couple of times on that same spot.
are there rotation things that you're considering? I know you mentioned you don't have a ton of flexibility, but either, I know guys play a
Well,
lot. Are you thinking
In our
about?
first game against Stetson, I played 7 guys.
Right.
So the rotation basically was Julian sub for the 2 big guys, Bishop sub for the guards. That was it. I tried to extend it and was very pleased with Tanya Jakiri. In fact, we keep a very thorough plus-minus system. When you're in the game, what does the team do? And he was the only guy on the team with a plus next to his name. Everybody else was a minus. So hopefully he'll be able to give us some quality minutes. But we certainly miss Duran Scott, his leadership, his toughness, his rebounding, his scoring ability, his ability to create shots for other guys. So we have one more game without him. He'll also then add depth to our perimeter. So that could make a difference, should make a difference.
Is Bishop a guy that's pushing for a starting role, or you like the role he's at when he comes off the bench?
Right now he's just learning some of the drills and stuff. I mean, he's not very far along.
These guys, when you're talking about they don't have the energy isn't there, the hunger, whatever. What about last year? These same guys, they won 20 games, right? What was the difference you think last year? Other than, Malcolm.
Well, in the beginning of the year, if you looked at us at the start of last season, we had Duran Scott, Malcolm Grant, Garius Adams to go along with Shane Larkin, Trey McKinney-Jones, and Ryan Brown. That's 6 guys that has now been reduced to 4. So just to practice last year, that was very competitive. You had, Shane go against Duran. You had Trey go against Malcolm. You had Ryan go against Garius. Now, you have Shane oftentimes is going against Steve Sorensen, a freshman walk-on. It's just not the same competition. And then Duran was out for a week with an injury that he sustained in the exhibition. He sustained it in practice. So we didn't have him. So then you throw in Justin Heller. It's just not the same. And plus, the teams we're playing against are so different than who we are. Like, we're trying to prepare for Florida Gulf Coast. And they play a lot with Chase Vila and Jenna Cannon, who are both three-point shooters. And on the other team, we've got Tanya, who's 6'11", doesn't shoot any threes, Raphael, who doesn't shoot any threes, and Eric Swope, who's not a three-point shooter. So there's no sense of preparation that looks right. You're always playing against guys, and our size in all these cases becomes a disadvantage. It's not like we can just take advantage of our size, because these teams just spread us out. That's why they make us look slow. They got big guys running from the baseline up to the top of the key faster than our guys can run from the baseline up to the top of the key.
The issues that you're having, is something that you could have anticipated before the season started, or just come
Well,
catch
we
you as a surprise?
anticipated it, but it doesn't change it.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, in today's game, a lot of people run a lot of ball screens. And your big guy's got to be quick enough to get out there and show on the ball screen and still get back and cover the basket. And right now, the teams we're playing have been quicker at that spot. And if you go back a week, you saw Adam Pegg step out and make 4 or 5 from 3. Well, we don't have anybody. Well, Kenny Kaji could do that, but they can match up because they basically guard him with a guy similar to him.
You mentioned Durant. Just how big a difference will it be coming back, getting him back? I mean,
Well, you know, he's not a miracle worker either. The other guys got to do their job. Yeah, you got to work. You got to work harder. Guys got to put more of a demand on themselves.
Have you done anything drastic or different or anything in practice and the things you're talking to them about, or any kind of motivational thing that you've done in the last few days?
Well, it's not last few days. We
Last
played on
day,
Tuesday.
right.
Yesterday, we didn't have 3 of our stars at practice.
Mm-hmm.
No, the answer is no.
Do you see
Plan
anything?
to?
The plan right now is to try to get our guys to focus on fundamentals, blocking out, showing on ball screens, running back on defense. I mean, if the other team outruns you, they're going to get an easy shot. And right now we're getting outrun.
Just from being around the guys, do you see any sense that they get it, that they're going to turn a corner here, or is it something that you think is a continued struggle?
Well, I think we're going to struggle until we start really playing at a very high level of effort.
What was the mood like after the Florida Gulf Coast game, and what did you say to the team?
Well, I didn't have any special words of wisdom. You know, I think what I told them was what I told them before we left the Florida Gulf Coast, that we need to play with a greater sense of urgency. We need to play with a lot more energy, with a lot more determination, and we haven't done that in practice. And, well, it's hard to expect them to do it under game conditions when they're not doing it on a daily basis.
What's their response when you talk to them about that or suggest that that's the problem? How do they explain it?
We're a very laid-back group.
So they agree with you that they're not putting the energy or the effort, or
I think individually they probably feel that they are. Like I'm working hard. But if you look at it collectively, when you watch the video, I wouldn't even show them the video from Florida Gulf Coast because it's so depressing. Right? You know, right now, when you win, you can push your team. When you lose, if you start kicking them when they're down, they're just going to lose confidence. You know, when your 2 best 3-point shooters don't make any shots, they're already feeling terrible about themselves. They kick them when they're down. Our defense probably would have been a good bit better if those guys had made some shots and felt good about themselves. Now, some of it is the mental side, confidence. When a guy is not playing with a great deal of confidence, you know, normally you got to sit him and play somebody else who is playing with confidence. We don't have any options there.
is there anyone on the team that you feel is where they should be and giving you everything that they? I mean, not going to do everything, but
yeah, basketball is such a team-oriented sport. You have guys who are playing better than others, but for us to succeed, it's going to take a team effort. We're going to need everybody chipping in and playing very hard.